Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to see something that you have never seen before. The Ultimate Fighting Challenge.
Welcome to the first video ever of MMA Truth. I'm kicking things off with a pay-per-view review of where it all began. That is UFC 1. This pay-per-view starts with the declaration of no rules, no judges' scores, and no time limits. This was set to be a true no-hold-barred competition to determine whose martial arts style is the best for hand-to-hand combat. This is a tournament style where you must win 3 fights in the night to be crowned the champion. And without further ado, we get into the very first fight ever in UFC history. It is Sumo versus Savate. The first fighter is Taylor Tooley, representing Sumo, and his opponent is Gerard Gordeau, representing Savate. After 10 seconds of circling, Tooley rushes in as Gordeau sidesteps. He throws a kick to the face, and teeth literally go flying out of the octagon. The fight is stopped almost immediately, and with that, the first UFC fight ever has ended. The next fight is kickboxing versus karate. Kevin Rosier represents kickboxing. His opponent, Zane Frazier, represents karate. Rosier rushes in with shots, and Frazier falls, but he gets up quickly and throws knees while keeping him up against the fence, and then he lands a vicious uppercut. Rosier goes to his knees, but he gets back up and they are both gassed. Suddenly, Rosier rallies back and drops Frazier. He follows up with punches and stomps. The towel is thrown in, and the fight is over. The next fight is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu versus boxing. First up is the smallest competitor in the tournament, Royce Gracie, representing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This tournament was originally created to showcase Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's dominance over other martial arts, but now it was up to Gracie to prove it in the cage. His opponent, representing boxing, is Art Jimerson, sporting one boxing glove on the left hand and bare knuckle for the right hand. There is a feeling out process for a little while, much to the crowd's dismay. Then Gracie shoots for the double leg takedown, gets it easily, and goes to mount. Jimerson tries to get up but can't, and so after a minute, he taps. It wasn't a submission, he was just stuck and defenseless. The next fight is shoot fighting versus taekwondo. Ken Shamrock represents shoot fighting, and he was already successful in Japan in a version of MMA called pancrase. So he was the first guy in the UFC to have some skill standing and on the ground. His opponent is Pat Smith, representing taekwondo. Shamrock immediately shoots for a takedown and gets him down. They stay in guard for a little bit. Shamrock lands some ground and pound. Then Shamrock drops back for an ankle lock. He can't get it, but then he transitions to a heel hook, which results in the immediate tap from Smith and a cry out in pain. This concludes the quarterfinals, and now we enter the semifinals. The first fight is Gerard Gordeau versus Kevin Rosier, which is Savate versus kickboxing. Gordeau suffered a broken hand in his first fight, but Rosier is also pretty beat up. Nice leg kicks from Gordeau to start, and then a right hand drops Rosier. He continues to pound down with strategic punches and kicks before landing a final stomp to the ribs, and the fight is over. The next semi-final fight is between two future legends, Royce Gracie versus Ken Shamrock. This is the first of 3 times they would fight each other throughout their careers. This is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu versus shoot fighting. Gracie immediately shoots for a takedown, but it is stuffed by Shamrock. A scramble ensues and Gracie ends up in guard. Shamrock falls back for a leg lock, just like the last fight, but Gracie follows him and uses it to get top position. Shamrock tries to escape, but gives up his back. Gracie locks in a rear naked choke with one hook in. Nonetheless, Shamrock is forced to tap. Before the finals, they do an award ceremony for Helio Gracie, the founder of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They deem him the first Ultimate Fighter. It's met with a mix of boos and cheers from the crowd. And now it's time for the main events. Gerard Gordeau versus Royce Gracie. This is Savate versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Gracie shoots for a takedown, but Gordeau defends, and they get into a clinch. Gracie trips him against the fence and lands in mount. Gordeau gives up his back, and Gracie sinks in a rear naked choke. Gordeau taps. And with that, Royce Gracie is the first champion of the UFC. He receives a medal and 50 G's. But more than that, he proves that a smaller guy can beat a bigger guy with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It put the world of martial arts on notice, and fighters everywhere would have to adapt. As Jim Brown said,
"Fighting is not what we thought it was."
If you like this video, please leave a comment and hit subscribe, as I plan to make a lot more old school MMA reviews in the future. Thank you for watching.